Well, I can say and predict what you're going to say about this next game because it's the Houston Texans, 7-5, at the 6-6 Kansas City Chiefs, and the Texans' defense is good enough to win games all by itself. If that would be a great T-shirt, it's just too much to fit. You may have to abbreviate some things. Anyway, last year the Texans went to Kansas City twice late in the year. Late December, they lost 27-19 in the regular season. They lost 23-14 in the playoffs. They've kind of kept it close and interesting with the Chiefs, and that's when the Chiefs were a Super Bowl team. Yeah. This year, here comes the best defense in the NFL, 4 straight wins, and the Chiefs have kind of been living on the ropes. At some point, they're either going to push themselves off the ropes or they're going to fall through. This is the week that we're going to find out which way it's going to go. Which way do you think it's going to go?
I'm going to go fall through. I'm going to go they fall through the ropes here. I am. One, I think that played into my opinion of the game a little bit, like what you talked about with last year. I think the Texans took that personal. I think the Texans are very aware of, if we want to kill the snake, we got to cut the head off right here. This is it. And they've flirted with be able to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. I think the time has come and they're ready. Right, I know this is what's scary. Kansas City is one of the few teams that can find little ways to find completions against Houston and their defense, but I think it's a different defense this year. They're functioning at a higher level than we've ever seen before, and they mix it up a little bit more. It's not just Seattle coverage all the time. They will bring some creative blitzes. They can play man-to-man, right, because of their great corners and secondary. They can blitz and play zone behind it too, so they can do all of that. And then I think on top of that, where the Chiefs' defense is good, but as we saw, it's not special like it's been in the years past. The Chiefs' offense is inconsistent. I mean, look at last week, really. Look at last week. They really had 2 drives the whole football game. That's what they did. It was 2 drives. Mahomes talked about it after. We can't have these lulls where we don't move the ball for a quarter or a quarter and a half. They got a short field to start the game. They scored a touchdown. They had 1 good drive in the second quarter, another one in the third, and then they got one, we're down by 10, and the other team kind of played conservative, and they went down and moved the ball that way. Right? So I just don't trust Kansas City on that side of the ball, and I don't think their defense is shut down defense. And I think with C.J. Stroud and where these receivers are coming, and we're starting to see them bubble up week in and week out here and being consistent, I'm going to go Texans 24-20 on the road.
I've got the Texans 17-14. And, you mentioned what the Chiefs did or didn't do against the Cowboys. There was that moment, and it was funny, when they were down 10 late, I was talking to my son about the old jet chip wasp play, how that turned around Super Bowl 54, and then boom, they had a long gain. Right. Guy wide open. It's like, oh no. But you know what? Past Chiefs teams take that play as the spark to steal the game. Right. And whatever it is, it may be one thing, it may be 1,000 things, but whatever it is, they don't do what they used to do. And at some point, we just have to assume that it's not gone forever, but that magic is currently not around.
Right, this
and
is what
we
they
have
are.
to believe what our eyes are seeing. And it's just like with the Steelers. You got to forget the red helmet. You got to forget the arrowhead on the side. You got to forget Patrick Mahomes being Patrick Mahomes and just say, wait a minute. The Texans are good enough to go in there and win. And I thought maybe the Texans will get a little wobbly, they'll get a little nervous, but when it's driven by defense, not offense, I think the chances of that happening are diminished. Right. You don't have to go out and execute your offense and not make mistakes. Just turn the defense loose. Just go do your thing and we'll be fine. And I think they'll win the game 17-14.
And no, we have a left tackle, right? The Josh Simmons is out for the Chiefs and going to be out for the next 4 games with a wrist injury. And that's just scary. That's scary against this group, as we know that I would say is the best duo pass rushing group in the NFL with these two right now. Yo. Thanks for watching, homies. We are now in the NFL season here on Chris Simms Unbuttoned.
Hit subscribe to get our weekly picks, game recaps, film deep dives, and much, much more.
Thanks again for watching. Subscribe, rate, review. Peace out. You know where to find us.